if she's going to report me to the police, if that's how she wants to play it, I'll report you right back. And I won't go to the police. I'll go to the Justice League. Note to Jimmy Kimmel, not only would Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband make quick work of you, but Rep. MTG herself would make quick work of you. Kimmel would not last too long if he were interested in engaging in unprovoked, terrible violence against this congresswoman. Keep wearing a mask. Well, Senator Cruz replied to this. That was not written to him. Bizarre. 535 members of Congress can attend the State of the Union without wearing masks. Still not good enough for Hollywood.
Trump wants to sue Jimmy Kimmel for making jokes. Let that sink in for a moment. The former leader of the free world is throwing a hissy fit over a late-night comedian's words. But wait, it gets better. Trump's not just mad about jokes aimed at him, he's going full knight in shining armor for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Who knew Donnie Diapers had such a soft spot for the Klan mom? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Now, people, fasten your seatbelts because we are going to explore the crazy realm of political comedy, where jokes seem to be more harmful than Jewish space lasers. To add some spice, Jimmy Kimmel, our favorite late-night comedian, dropped a Klan mom bomb on Marjorie Taylor Greene. You would think that a politician would be more forgiving, but MTG handled this joke as well as a cat would. MTG went all Karen instead of laughing it off or retaliating with her own zinger. Imagine a grown woman, an elected official no less, frantically calling 911 after she was the subject of a TV joke. Come on, do we live in a surreal SNL sketch or is this real life? But hold on, things will improve. MTG announced her distress to the world on Twitter rather than merely calling the police. I'll tell you what, she tweeted, "This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police."
On our show Tuesday night, MTG, Klan Mom as we call her, earlier in the day, called 3 of her fellow Republicans pro-pedophile for supporting Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination. She tweets. After she saw it, she tweeted, "ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police." She called the police. After processing the fact that someone called the police on me, believe it or not, this has never happened to me in my life. I tweeted back, I wrote, "Officer, I'd like to report a joke."
Yes, you heard correctly. Nowadays, a joke is interpreted as a violent threat. We might all wind up on an FBI watch list, so I suppose we should all exercise caution the next time we make a knock-knock joke. Let's go back in time a little bit now. This is not the first time that MTG has caused controversy. Do you recall when she labeled 3 Republicans who backed Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination pro-pedophile? Discuss giving it away, but not being able to handle it. She keeps forgetting to let go, as if she's playing political hot potato, but with a grenade in place of a potato. This is where Kimmel truly excels though. Rather than retreat or offer an apology, he chose to use humor to combat the fire. MTG's tweet prompted Kimmel to reply, "Officer, I'd like to report a joke." Boom, drop the mic. Folks, that's how you deal with a political outburst, with humor, wit, and a healthy dose of sass.
This afternoon, she wrote, "You weren't joking. You hide your misogyny and your racism behind your jokes on ABC. This was a dog whistle to the violent left to assault me or worse." And you're misspelled "you're," of course. Well, that's nice. She thinks I have fans. I guess that's good. But now listen, not only don't I condone death or any kind of threats against anyone, especially as I get dozens of them a week myself. This woman, you may remember, she's the one who endorsed fringe conspiracy theories and repeatedly indicated support for executing prominent Democratic politicians. Now she's dialing 911 because she got made fun of.
As you might expect, this caused quite a stir on the internet. People from all over the internet joined in to make fun of her decision to call the police over a joke, and social media erupted more quickly than MTG dialing 911. It resembled a comedy roast, except that common sense was the target rather than a famous person. Guess who showed up at the the comedy roast just when we thought it was over. It was none other than Donald Trump, the orange turd himself. He apparently decided to join in on Truth Social, his new favorite playground, because he felt excluded from all the fun. For what better way to say I'm totally fine than to threaten to sue a late-night comedian? Clearly missing his old social media haunts, our former tweeter-in-chief threw a fit about Jimmy Kimmel on his new platform. Trump's self-esteem appears to be more brittle than a house of cards during a hurricane. He's threatening to sue Kimmel because, well, when someone offends them, stable geniuses do that. And the problem is that Trump's threats of lawsuits are as unexpected as McDonald's wrappers being discovered in the White House during his presidency. It's similar to his hobby, but more annoying than his hair in a strong wind and less effective than golf. The man has a lengthy history of making threats of legal action, frequently with no actual action taken. He seems to believe that saying "I'll sue you" will solve all of his issues.
Hey, you know, all these crazy people in Congress, all of these low IQ individuals in Congress right now, there's one guy who's responsible for that, and that's Donald Trump.
First, new evidence tonight that you, the American people, all of us, we were all lied to.
Frankly, we did win this election.
We were lied to by Joe Biden.
Obama, amnesty. Amnesty, Obama, amnesty.
What kind of president needs a no card to answer a basic and predictable question?
Can you actually sue someone for hurting your feelings? You may be asking yourself now. Legal experts say Trump's chances of winning such a lawsuit are as slim as his chances of acknowledging that he lost the 2020 election. As it happens, humor frequently qualifies as protected speech, making it difficult to prove. Who would have guessed that the First Amendment would be such a disaster for aspiring autocrat? However, everyone's true concern was how Kimmel would react to Trump's outburst. Would he give in? Would he say sorry? Was he going to start donning a MAGA cap? No, Kimmel isn't like that. Our late night hero chose to go one step further and called Trump Donnie Diapers. If you get what I mean, that's a nickname that's full of more than just jokes. Furthermore, Kimmel wasn't fighting this battle alone. The comedy community embraced him more quickly than Trump can finish a bucket of KFC. It resembled a roast fest, except that they were roasting the idea of thin skin rather than a famous person.
He's been sending very cleverly coded messages, narrating what he sees, maybe more clearly than anyone, the brazen and unchecked hypocrisy we're being bombarded with every day.
We're going to beat this coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to beat it soundly.
And Biden's lies are so bad that even the Washington Post is calling him out for his lies.
The Washington Post new report out today
Is poorly read from a teleprompter.
They sacrifice every day for the furniture, future.
And today, yet again, he struggled to get words out.
And anonymous, really, Ed.
Taking the incident as a rallying cry for the freedom to mock a grumpy Trumpy, comedians banded together to defend free speech. This crazy world of political jokes may be preventing us from seeing the wider picture. It's entertaining to watch comedians make fun of politicians as if they were at a celebrity barbecue, but are we overlooking democracy's essential components? Instead of being the main course, political satire is meant to be the spicy sauce that gets us thinking. Here's an absurd idea. What if we were as concerned about healthcare regulations as we are about Donnie Diapers' most recent Twitter outburst? Do not misunderstand, laughter is vital. It acts as a buffer against the absurdities of politics. Perhaps, however, we are too preoccupied with laughing at the circus to notice whether the tent is burning. So people, keep laughing, but don't lose sight of the real show, which is the one where choices are made. Because while a good laugh may be our best defense in these crazy times, it shouldn't be the only one.